Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name's Christine, and in this video we are going to make some collage tags that we're going to turn into cards. So here are some that I previously made. I'll just show you. So we're going to work on making different collages, and then we're going to stencil the backgrounds and turn them into sort of fun cards. Now, when you're doing collages, you don't have to really be, like some people will do really beautiful layered collages, but it doesn't have to be a lot to make them look cute and fun. Like this one's very simple, but still he's a lot of fun. So I'm going to start with this background. This was when I made the landscape tags. I was just using this to get the extra paint off my brush. And so even though I do have some color here going on, there's a good chance a lot of it's going to be covered up. So I'm not that concerned. So you can start with something like this, like in this background. You can see just that little bit of pink is showing through there. Or you can do an entire background already done. It's completely up to you. But because I had this tag, I thought I would do this. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of stamping. So I have this little snowflake, and it is from the Snarky Cat Christmas. It was from here. And this will just give a little bit of texture. I'm not going to use a block. I'm just going to stamp like this, and I'm going to stamp it off because I want some just sort of light. They don't all have to be dark. Now, I could have used distress ink and color in that, but because this was acrylic paint, I used the archival ink from Ranger, just so it would stamp over that. Because distress paint, I won't like to stamp on top of acrylic paint. The other thing when I'm doing my collage is I will just use my tiny attacher to attach things. So let's see what I've got going on. I pulled out a few things to work with. So this was the 3D Impresslet border die I pulled out. I have some different ephemera going on. I have these 3D Impresslet little starbursts that I did. I have some washi tapes. I have the label maker tape. Here's a Santa that I think will be our focal. And then I have my sticker book with different sayings and stuff that we'll probably add to. So this is sort of some stuff I pulled out to work with. And so obviously I'm not going to use it all, but I wanted to just sort of play around to see what I could use. Now I was sort of liking this Christmas & Co. here, so I thought I would use that. So what I'll do when I first start something is I'll put it on and I take my tiny attacher and I staple where I figure it's going to be covered, and just one staple, because I might end up putting stuff underneath that. But already you can see a lot of my background is being covered up, and that is completely fine. So I just want to say, so you want to sort of get some contrasting. I probably wouldn't put this on top of that because they're very close. You're not really seeing the difference, the contrasting difference there. Whereas if you had the brown, there's the difference. But I don't really, because these are both big, I don't think I will use that one. But I could still come in with this. It's longer and it adds a bit of contrast to that. So I think I'm going to use this as well. And for now, I'm just going to staple it again in the middle. And that just sort of holds it in place. Now I have these like parcel posts and special deliveries. I think sort of look cute under there. Or do I like it maybe even over top? I like to also just point out this one I put off the side of the tag. When I'm working with tags, I like to really push things off the sides and not always work within the confined area when I'm doing my collages. And I like to overlap. You can see I'm overlapping my elements. Now I also had these little stars. Do I want to? I had a little tree. I think I like this special delivery. So I'm just going to staple it on top. Now, of course, you can use collage medium when you're doing this, but I find just by using the tiny attacher, it sort of lends itself to being a lot more free when you're doing things. So see right here, I put this on and now I'm covering special delivery. And so now I'm thinking, I don't like that there. So I'm just going to rip it off a bit because I want my Santa to be on top. So I might put something. Okay, so I know I'm going to put him there, but what I think I'm going to do is maybe put down some washi tape underneath a bit. And I think what I might do, I like this washi tape. You can see it has that deco foil or the little pinked edge. And I think I'm going to put it under here. Like that. So it's hidden under here, but goes all the way across. Then I think next I'm going to lay my Santa on because I want to put some stuff over Santa. So I'm going to staple his boots and then staple up top here. And because he's sort of in place, I'm going to staple this down as well because I know nothing else is going to go up there. So it all depends. I don't mind those little staples. A lot of times I'll put them in and they sort of just hide in the background. They don't really stand out to me. But again, as I said, if you want, you can just use like a collage medium. So then there's this little tree I sort of like to cover him up. The other thing I like to do is add in some ribbon. Do I have a place? I'm just going to reach over for some ribbon. Do I have a place I can put? I can sneak it underneath him. I think I might do that. And then just cut that off. And by adding ribbon, it just adds a little texture to the card, which can be nice. So I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to staple between his boots to hold the ribbon. So now, do I want to put a tree down? I know I want to put something else. So it's a lot of just sort of testing things out, seeing what you like, what you don't like. I think maybe that 25 will look good there. Playing with different colors. You know, I've got some different colors going on here. So I've got like the green with the gold and all that layering. So even though there's red on red here, they're different reds. So I think now all I need is maybe some words. So if we look into the book, I'm going to just quickly, I didn't pre-look. I might do this one here. It's right near the top and it says, "It's Christmas, Merry Christmas." Now, because even though it's in one, you can always cut them apart. And I think I'll put it up here. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas. And then sometimes what I do is I'll take a little collage medium and just sort of put it over top of the stickers to make sure they sort of stay on. You can put it underneath as well if you wanted. so there is my collage. It's just like that. And the thing too is feel free to do the same collage over and over again, especially if they're cards. Nobody really knows what's going on. They don't know what you've given somebody else. So feel free to reuse a collage idea. And you can see in the end, some of that paint showed through. So you never know by putting stuff on the bottom what's going to come through. It still will make a difference to your tag, even if you cover up a lot of it. So next up, we're going to take our card, and I've been using these 3 stencils. Again, they're from Tim Holtz for the holidays. So I think I'll use this sort of tree stencil maybe. And I'm going to use shaded lilac, and I'm going to use one of the these brushes. And the reason why I'm using this brush is to get into these stencils. Sometimes if you use the foam one, 2 things will happen. It's going to get caught on these little ends here, and you might not get the full design of the tree. Now I hold my brush, this moves, I hold it down a little more to get more control and a little bit darker tree. Now again, because I am making a tag, I don't have to cover the whole area with the stencil because the tag's going to cover up a lot of it. Now this doesn't have to be really dark. I like it to be a little lighter, just like a background design. I'm just going to shift my stencil. It doesn't fully match up, but I will sometimes sort of match it up. But it doesn't really, it's not a repeat design. So there is my background. I've got some nice purple trees going on. And with these brushes, all you do is you put that over the top, then you put on the lid and bring it down. Okay, so all I'm doing now is gluing my nice Santa. Before I glue it, actually, I want to do one thing. I'm going to take, this is Dina Wakley's gloss spray. Give it a little turn, and I'm just going to open it. And you can see my mat has the splatters all over it, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Now, if you get a big splatter and you don't want a big splatter like that, just... Oops. Okay, you might not want to do that, because now we've got a big blob. So, if you get a big splatter, just let you have a big splatter. And I like to put the splatters on because I just think it ties the whole thing sort of together, and it gives that little bit of snow for the holidays. Now, you probably wanted to do that earlier than later because now I need to put my glue on. So I don't want to put it on the ground because I just sprayed paint all over it. So I'll do it in the air. You can use a brush or a palette knife to do this step. I just use my finger. You want to put on a fair amount or else it will dry really quickly, like before you get it onto your card. So you want it a little thick. Not too thick, but a little thick. Don't go too thin with it. Okay. So we just are going to lay our tag on. Gotta wipe the glue off my fingers. And there, just like that. we are done. So again, a lot of people ask, what do you do with tags? Well, just turn your tags into cards. It's great because it's a smaller area to work on, not as large as the card. This is a 5x7 card that I put it on. And it gives you a nice base to start with, and just by collaging on a few elements and ribbons and stuff, you get a cute little card, very unique, and they're quick to make and they're fun, and you can send them out to your friends this holiday season, just so they know you're thinking of them.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.